Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning in for an update on our city's efforts to address the severe winter storm that has hit our city over the past 36 hours here. You know, it is the largest single-day snowfall we've had in over 25 years here in Louisville. Very significant event, and we've been making good progress. We're going to continue to make good progress. I want to go over what we've seen and where we're headed. We have John Gordon from the National Weather Service that's going to give us an update in a second. First, just start with some brief observations that I've had myself out on the roads this morning. We're definitely making really good progress, and that's thanks to the hard-working snow team that's been out working round the clock since Sunday morning at 6 a.m. Covering our streets, our 110 routes, over 2,700 lane miles of roads that Louisville Metro government is responsible for covering. They are right now plowing and salting all of those routes. We have plenty of salt. We have 4 salt domes around the city, plus additional underground storage. We're going to continue to salt the roads, continue to plow the roads. You'll hear from John, the snow's getting ready to stop, but we're going to keep going. Our crews are going to keep working on that. The interstates, at least to me, appear to be in decent shape. Those that I saw today, 65, 64, the Watterson, definitely better than they were yesterday, thanks to our partners at the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for plowing and treating the interstates throughout the entire county here. In terms of the other roads, the major roads, Bardstown, Outer Loop, those are all roads like that are certainly in better condition for the most part than they were yesterday. Lexington Road, secondary roads, we'll get to that in a little bit. Most roads in Louisville now on our snow route have all now been touched twice. Again, we're going to keep going. The snow might be getting ready to stop, but our crews are not going to stop. They are going to keep working 24/7 until we get the roads back into a better shape than they are right now. Once the precipitation ends, that will really help. So I encourage people to please give us a little bit more time. Be patient. Don't get back on the roads yet. Let us have some time for the trucks, for the plows, and the salt to continue making progress. Once the accumulation ends, you'll see really good progress in the afternoon once that happens and overnight into tomorrow. Also, a few reminders. Not every road gets touched. There are roads that are city roads, like small roads like that I live on, that are not on the snow route. You also might live in a subdivision where your homeowners association is responsible for the plowing. So not every road is going to get touched, but you can look at our snow map to see what roads do, and you'll see the progress that we're making. Even if they're plowed, that doesn't mean it's totally clear yet or it's back to normal conditions. So if you do go out, we're encouraging people to remain home for the rest of the day today, unless you absolutely have to go out, just like yesterday. But use caution if you do have to go out, because even if the road has been plowed and been salted, it still might not be back to normal here. Again, thanks to KYTC, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, for their work on our interstates. Also, sidewalks. Sidewalks are the responsibility of the property owners. So Louisville Metro government clears the sidewalks for all of our public property, but if you own a home or a business or a rent, you are responsible for clearing the sidewalks there. So please keep that in mind. All right, the snow is still falling. Hopefully it's coming to an end. Let's turn it over to John Gordon from the National Weather Service, who's going to get an update on what we've seen so far with this historic snow event and also what we can expect over the coming days. John? Thanks, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, folks, how about that forecast? 100% chance of winter storm? By golly, we got one. All right? Imagine that. Now, it's almost over. If you're a marathon runner, we're at the 25.99 mile marker. We're almost done. We got another 1 to 2 hours of snow, maybe an inch at worst. Winter storm warning is still up to this evening. We may cancel that early as the precipitation's coming to an end. The other issue today is the wind. Still got some winds at Ali International and Bowman up to 20, 25 miles per hour. That's bringing the wind chill down to the teens today. See that winter storm warning across the whole area? I think at most another inch for the next couple hours, and then it's gone eastbound and down into Virginia and West Virginia. Next slide, please. Okay, that's the wind gusts. Go to Louisville, 4th from the bottom. We still got gusts into the low 20s. That's bringing the wind chills down. If you're out there for too long, lather up, gather up, get on your clothes, gloves, extremities. Don't be out there for too long, but the winds are going to lighten up as that system moves off the east. Next slide, please. All right, so that's the snow accumulation. More to the north. I think the highest that I'm aware of is 12 inches in Harrison County, Indiana. Louisville International through 7 o'clock was at 9 inches, and that's one of the highest in the whole state. Next slide. All right, the wind chill forecast. Look through time. We see, let's focus in on Thursday morning. For all your local TV weathermen, we're going to be hitting Thursday morning pretty bad because we got a snowpack of 6 to 9 inches. And then we clear out. What happens? Not good. We are going to have wind chills between 5 above and 5 below. I believe that our lows are a little too warm right now. I think we'll in the Louisville Metro be 5 above to 5 below Thursday morning. So I told this to the mayor yesterday. I'll tell you again. My grandmother loved dripping. I'm pro-dripping. Drip. Do you want your pipes to burst? I don't. Drip. Next slide. All right, that's the things to do, as the mayor said. Some of the back roads, you just need to take extra time or stay at home, all right? And if you go out, have a full tank of gas, that weight really does help. Next slide. I think that's yeah, just take care of your neighbor and stay safe. And, last thing is Friday. Is it going to snow? I think so. Is it going to snow a lot? No. Right now we have minor accumulations, less than 2 inches right now in the forecast. Stay tuned. Let's get through storm number 1. Thank you.
Thanks, John. Thank you so much, John. So again, we're going to keep working even once the snow stops. That doesn't mean everyone should just get right back out there. Please give us today through the night to continue to make progress on all of these efforts. We are thankful. John has been, really giving us great information to get prepared and then to deal with this and to communicate to the entire community. We did the one area, we did not get as much ice as might have been originally predicted. We are very thankful for that at this hour because we were very concerned yesterday at this time about possible power outages through the night. Right now, LG&E reports that as of this hour, we have 1,300 customers that are without power across our county. They are working to get all of that restored tonight, and they expect, if the conditions remain the way that they're expected to be, that those customers should be back with power tonight. So we know that's a significant impact to those individuals without power. We're fortunate that it's not even more widespread. The worst power outages are in Elizabethtown, Western Kentucky, and Lexington. Well, we did not get the worst. In Louisville, we take care of one another, and we've shown that through storms like this and in other times as well. Louisville Metro government, I'm really pleased that for some of the first responders, for some people that are on the front lines providing services, we've been providing transportation to people. If for some of our librarians, for example, we've kept our libraries open so that they can be warming centers, or in the event of a power outage, people have places to charge their phones and other needs that they have. And not everyone could safely get to work because of their vehicle and the conditions that we had. And so we've had colleagues that have been helping others get to work. I want to encourage, because the roads are not all going to be great over the coming days, some secondary roads that might not be touched or other things, help out. If you have a 4x4 vehicle, those do much better than smaller cars, than just two-wheel drive cars. So if you have a 4x4 vehicle, as you start to get back out and about and you think others might be in need of a ride, let people know, share that information on your social networks Call other people. If you think somebody might need a ride or has to get to the hospital or is dealing with dialysis or medical issues or other emergencies that they would normally drive to, reach out, ask for help. Businesses might want to also follow the lead of Louisville Metro government, and if there are carpooling or ways that you can create networks for people that have cars that are more suited to some of these conditions, please, I encourage folks to do that and help one another during this time. Jefferson County Public Schools is going to be making a decision about tomorrow, later today. I want to thank them for their continued works, their maintenance crew, their snow teams, on their property as well. We don't have any updated information on tomorrow for JCPS, but again, they will make that decision later. The airport, here's the latest on the airport. The airport is open. Their crews are working 24/7 as well to keep the airfield open, but there are significant numbers of cancellations from the airlines right now or delays. The airlines make those decisions themselves about cancellations. So that our airfield is open right now at the airport. And part of the challenge is the lack of crews. So many cities have been hit hard by this winter storm that we don't always have the crew here in Louisville so that the flight can get in or out. So please, I encourage people, if you are traveling later today or tomorrow, check your airline app, call the airlines. They should have the latest information because the airport is open. TARC, right now TARC is running on reduced routes. We hope that those will continue to grow later this evening and back to tomorrow. We'll continue to keep everyone updated on that, but there are some reduced routes. Here from an emergency response center, we're here at the Emergency Operations Center. I want to give a special shout out to my colleagues here that have been working. We had 18 Louisville Metro government colleagues that spent the night here, that literally slept at the office, at their place of work, to continue to serve the community so that they could be here when people are in need of a response. And I really want to thank them. We've had about just under 4,000 calls to 911 Dispatch Center, which is right behind us, over the past 36 hours. We have our numbers as of about an hour ago: 54 non-injury accidents and 9 injury accidents since the storm began. But thank you so much, and also to all of our first responders. You'll hear from Chief O'Neill in a second, his colleagues at Louisville Fire, Police, EMS, and again, our dispatchers. We have stayed responsive during this entire storm. If you have a non-emergency call or question, please dial 311, whether that's information about a warming center or a shelter or how to help somebody or something in need, that would be 311. So you heard from John, the snow's about ready to stop, but it's going to be cold all week long. Mother Nature has not helped us with this. We're not getting that sunshine yet. The weather is not warming up to help on the roads. But I want to turn it over now to Chief Brian O'Neill from the Louisville Fire Department, because even though the snow's going away, we're not into the warmth yet. And so given the cold conditions, Chief O'Neill has some tips that he wants to share with the entire community so everyone can stay warm and stay safe for the rest of the week during these extreme cold conditions. Chief O'Neill?
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much for that. So, as I said, it's about to get very, very bitter cold for the next several days. And there is the potential that more people might lose power. So a few things that we want to be very cautious about. One, if you're staying home, maybe normally you eat out or you order and that just hasn't been available and you're cooking. Cooking fires are our #1 source of house fires. Please, please, please be very cautious when you're cooking. Never leave cooking food unattended. Do not leave the kitchen if you have anything that is cooking on the stove or in the oven. Similarly, if you have to light candles for light, if you should be out of power, never leave a candle unattended. If you have to use if you have to use a generator for power, make sure it is outside, well away from the house, in a very well ventilated area. It puts off carbon monoxide, highly toxic, no odor, no smell, and it will kill people. So keep those outside, keep them away from everything. Space heaters, we recommend that you don't use space heaters, but we understand some people will. Make sure that it is up to code. Make sure it's not something that you've found at a bargain basement that is 20 years old. Make sure it's new and up to date, but also make sure nothing is within 3 feet of that space heater. We suggest blankets and sweaters and sweatshirts. Those things are already paid for and they don't burst into flames. So be very cautious with those. The other one, vacant homes. If you happen to be in a neighborhood that has a vacant property, keep an eye on it. As your home, some of our unhoused population, they are desperate to get warm. They might seek shelter there, and they could potentially start a warming fire there. And if it catches on to the structure, there's not going to be a 911 call. So please keep an eye on those. If you see something, if you suspect something that might be a question, call 311. If you suspect criminal activity or something that's life safety, call 911. And of course, as the mayor said, your firefighters, your EMS, your police, we're out there for you. If you call us, we are coming, but understand those roads are just as rough on our apparatus as they are on your cars. So understand it might just be a slightly delayed response, but we're coming.
Thank you, Chief. Thanks to you and your colleagues. With the snow ending, I know people are getting impatient. They've been at home for a day and a half now. Again, please try to stay home the rest of the day unless you need to leave. But I know people are going to want to start getting out and about, or later this week as well. Before I get to questions, let me just end on a little bit of a fun note. And that is, if you've got kids or if you're an adult, whoever you might be, and if you like to sled, we do have 5 locations in Louisville parks that we think are appropriate for sledding. And again, ideally, you can walk there, but if you do get out and about, hopefully not today, but starting tomorrow, be careful in your travels to and from. But I did want to give a shout out to our Louisville Parks team. Cherokee Park at Barringer Hill is one of the designated sledding hills. Joe Creason Park across from the Louisville Zoo has a good hill there. George Rogers Clark Park behind the playground near McKinley Avenue. McNeely Lake Park near the Korean War Memorial there, and Charlie Vettner Park near the Eastham Road entrance. Those are 5 designated sledding areas within Metro Parks as the roads begin to get better. If you and your family and friends want to enjoy some of the snow that's going to be out there on the ground for quite a while, given this cold temperatures that's going to remain. Again, the roads are going to continue to improve. They've already significantly improved over the past 24 hours. We're going to stay hard at work. We're going to continue to plow and salt these roads as long as we need to. But given everything, all the cold that's coming out, please remember to stay safe, stay warm, stay informed. You can stay connected, stay tuned to my social media channels online for the latest information that we have. And please, we can continue to do this, Louisville. If you know someone in need, please reach out and extend a helping hand. We've made great progress. The snow is just about ready to end. We're going to keep working hard. Thank you so much for heeding our warnings. And I am so proud to be a part of this 5,000-person Louisville Metro government team that has been working 24/7 to serve this community during the snowstorm. We'll stay at it as long as we need to. Thank you all very much, and with that, we're happy to take any questions.
Mayor Greenberg, just touching on the roads that receive priority. I know main roads kind of receive that priority, secondary roads may not. Can you just touch on again for people what roads will see plowed first versus what roads they may not see plowed right away?
Right, so right now, we have a snow route. We have 110 different routes that cover 2,700 lane miles. So 2-lane roads, that's 2 lane miles for each lane. 110 routes, 2,700 lane miles. That's what we're going to plow. When we finish plowing those routes, we'll work on the shoulders, we'll work on the major streets that have like areas where you can cross over. We'll get those as well. But there are some streets that don't get plowed. So I just want to be clear about that. Some don't get plowed because they might be the responsibility of a neighborhood association, or others that are very small. Those are not. We focus on, and then Kentucky Transportation Cabinet does the interstate, but we focus on the main roads, the secondary streets. There are a lot of small streets that do get plowed, but those are the ones that are going to be touched. If by the end of the day today, there's not been a plow on a road, odds are it is not on our route. You can check out it. We have it online. We have our entire snow route online. You can check it out. It should be purple by the end of with really right about now, every street has been plowed and salted. and you'll see it marked purple on the route. But you can, if you want to see where our snow routes are, you can check that out online. And that's everything that we're plowing.
The number one question that I've been asked while I've been out and about has dealt with TARP buses. What can you tell us about those?
So right now, TARC buses are running on a reduced routes. They are running on the routes where they can safely pass. They are not built like our snow plows are for the weather that we're currently dealing with. I'm hopeful by tomorrow we're back closer to full routes on TARC. TARC will continue to keep everyone informed, keep the media informed through its social media channels, but right now it's a reduced route that they are running at the moment.
TARP 3 paratransit is also having difficulties getting to some of their clients today. Are you seeing those clients reaching out to 911 or seeking alternative transportation for the city?
Kelly, can you answer that? I'm not aware of that.
And I don't know, Angie, are you aware of any calls that we got specifically for people that need medical transport at 911?
We did have a few yesterday for dialysis, but we handled those and put them in the right direction.
And there you go, David. So some requests for dialysis help, who we were able to help.
And again, so please, if you do need that type of transportation, please let us know. We've been helping other Louisville Metro government employees get to and from work that are in need of transportation. And if folks do have 4x4s and they want to help out, let your networks know, let your family and friends know. And hopefully I encourage others that are in that position in need of transportation. Certainly you can call us, but also if you have friends or family that might have an all-wheel drive vehicle, please reach out for help as well. I'm sure people are willing to help out during these times.
How confident do you feel that businesses and potentially schools like JCPS could resume tomorrow?
Well, I'm not going to speak. Everyone's got to make those decisions. What I can tell you is we're going to continue working 24/7 to improve the roads over this afternoon, through the evening, and through tomorrow. And I expect with the precipitation ending, I do expect everyone to continue to see material improvement. There's been significant improvement in the road conditions from yesterday to today. You'll continue to see that through the afternoon, overnight, tonight. Not every road, though, is going to be touched as we saw. So JCPS and businesses have to make their own decisions on that. But we're going to continue to improve the road quality. All right, well, thank you all very much. Continue to stay tuned and stay informed. We'll continue to keep you up to date. But thank you very much for heeding our warnings, and thanks to the entire team for all the work they've done. Have a good afternoon. Can't control Mother Nature. Oh, there's the answer to your question right there.